Welcome to the Tell You Later show, conveniently located at the intersection of historical and hysterical.
Sincere thanks to all those who support us on Patreon. See the full list at the end of the show. And there's always room for more.
We haven't got a title song for this show, so we're singing this thing instead.
Okay.
It's really just a substitute. Nonetheless, the melody may stay in your head.
Oh, I hope so.
'Cause it's a tune.
It's a tune.
You'll love to croon.
You'll love to croon.
Ah, but there's one thing you should know. We have to confess we do not possess a title song for this show.
Ain't it peculiar?
Believe it or not, we haven't got a title song for this show.
Oops. People.
Yes. Okay, who's been listening the longest?
He's going to be our moderator.
Oh,
by
sorry.
the way,
Yeah,
so-
okay. Okay, I won't say anything, but who's been listening
You can say.
Chris,
We have 2 minutes.
Chris
Go
is
ahead.
an excellent warm-up person. Go ahead, Chris. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
I'm all warmed up already.
Do your warm-up. Who's been
warmed up.
listening the long? Do you know somebody was talking to me? He's not in this room. He said he stopped listening, but his parents listen to Odyssey every night before
Wow.
they go to bed.
That means who's old?
Oh, that's you! She got it at one of our shirts. I'll stand up. And so,
Representing all the
yeah, yay!
Who in the
This
middle?
is introduce
Right there.
yourself.
Come right here. Here.
Did she say?
That looks good.
She's gonna.
over here and
All right.
rolling all over.
Did he want
So,
to stand
introduce
right
yourself.
center?
I'm Jennifer Kingsbury.
Jennifer Kingsbury. She watches the Tell You Later show.
She's
Yeah.
shameless promo.
Will and I started, Will Ryan and I started a year and a half, more than that ago, and we're still keeping it up. So one of our fans designed this shirt, and you bought one. It's the show where you learn so much about so little, and vice versa.
That's right.
Okay, so
Look, doesn't that look good? So take a still picture. So we
there's
can
our moderator right there.
All right.
See what I mean? She gets me and I got him.
Do you want us to stick
It's
with-
not quite
no,
good.
no.
We have 1 minute.
We still have 1 minute. That looks great on you.
Yeah, perfect color too. I like it.
I love it. Thank you for coming. She's a supporter of the show, and we really appreciate you.
Bring my homage to it.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So who's been here listening to the Adventures in Odyssey the longest?
That's great.
Who's been listening 10 years?
I did the same thing.
Well, they've been listening 20 years. 20 years.
So, for what it's worth, I've been a huge fan for a long time. I'm hoping you all would be kind enough to sign it for me, but my parents, my brother and I loved it growing up, so I actually have the complete set. And I made sure to grab this from home before I came in the hopes that I could get you to sign this.
Bring it over to our table, or I don't know if Townie was going to.
Did
go
the pictures
the
in it and
other room or
everything?
not, but maybe here.
Oh,
The
yeah.
episode guide and the breakdown through, I think this is 26 or 27.
Oh my
I
God.
mean, album 20.
Yeah,
How many
album's like
half the
episodes
show
is that? Because now we're at 960.
No, 971.
I guess she
Yeah.
would know.
This one is at 371.
There you go. Yeah.
So we've
it's not,
done
yeah, it's not even
3
half.
times as many
crazy.
shows as that since you bought that book. And Chris knows because she is really the only person in every single episode.
No, I'm not. One show I'm not.
Oh. You're not? Oh.
What?
Which one was it?
Which one?
It was kind of a documentary thing. It wasn't like a, real show.
Okay,
then
so
it
then
doesn't
shut
count.
up.
That's what, but that's what Nathan Hubler told me. He's our showrunner. So.
Well, I think
Marshall
you're
is.
still you're in more shows than anybody else.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get started.
We're getting started. We're getting
With that?
started.
You guys have been talking. Can I say something?
Yes.
No. So.
Do you want to pull the table back so you can see everybody?
These people in the front are
Okay, that was your moment.
I have to start with my first in my mouth and my mouth got stuck together. Her mother father are classmates of mine from Downey High School.
That is wow.
And they
did
win.
you know them?
Yes, I knew them.
Wow.
You guys win a free car. His.
She's always giving away cards.
Okay, everybody, let's get started.
All right, okay. We didn't already. Yeah.
Welcome everybody to our panel on the celebrating the 35th anniversary of Adventures in Odyssey. So this is a super special pleasure for me, and I have to admit that while I love the show, I have not been listening for the longest period of time. So I'm gonna let you guys talk because there's a gap in my recent memories.
Maybe somebody else should moderate.
Lance and I.
All right. I vote you.
Okay, all right. I'll take it. Okay.
Just do your best, job.
No pressure. All right. So, we'll welcome our guests, Katie Leigh. Landsdowne. So it's a pleasure having you guys all with us together. This is amazing. I love it. We get the pleasure of having you guys here together.
We have the pleasure of being all here together.
Yes, we do. We are pleasuring.
Oh,
So,
stop talking.
all right. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves and the characters that you are famous for playing?
Start down there.
No, start down there. He asked you first.
We'll start with Chris. She starts every show.
All right. All right, you go first.
Well, it's happened. I was born.
Do the announcement.
The announcement.
Oh, I thought you were going to hear about my life.
Introduce yourself. Hi, go do your thing.
Well, it's not written down. I don't know what to say. I'm kidding. Hi, this is Chris. Welcome to Adventures in Odyssey.
Yay.
Pretty close.
Okay, I'm Katie Leigh. I play Connie Kendall, and been doing it for 35 years.
I'm Kimmy Robertson. I play Penny Wise Bassett.
I'm Townsend Coleman. I play Jason.
Yay! Usually it's all guys on a panel, so this is kind of unique.
Yeah, kind of.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, you've got your new Tell You Later tote bag.
Cute. I love
Did
it.
you get that at Merchulator?
I sure did. It's so
Merchulator.com?
cute. Look,
Super
Tell
cute.
Ya Later bag, and it's got
Awesome.
everything in it.
Do
I
they
got-
have hats? Well, more guys.
I was just being a jerk.
Okay. All those people from Downey.
All right, so there's 35 years of you guys working together. How about you just give us a sense of what do you through those years see that has been the biggest developments of the show for you, for your character, or for in general for the show?
Well, I graduated high school. I graduated high school finally.
Yeah.
Biggest developments. You know what's funny? Because when you listen to old episodes, the technology has changed, so you can really tell, especially with Jason's character, because they do all this espionage stuff. So, there weren't cell phones when we started, and there's equipment and things that you hear reference to.
Right. Tape recorders.
Things, things that are not now.
Yeah.
So it's
There was no cell phones when we started?
no. I think we had a car phone at some point.
No,
but not-
internet was slow.
yeah.
Remember those big cell phones are talk get smart with those shoes.
So that's what I would say is that
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I think you're right. Technology has changed a ton, and it's also changed how we work. Interestingly enough, during the pandemic, You know, when we do a show like this, audio drama, or even if we're doing cartoons, the producers always like to have us in the same room, in the same studio together, because then we can hear each other, we can sort of play off each other. The energy is
Make eye contact.
Make eye contact. Yeah. So the energy is much different when you're all together, and it's really beneficial. But during the pandemic, we couldn't. So. Yeah, we had to discover a new way of being able to work remotely from our homes, but still work together. And we were using a system called IPDTL where they could get 6 actors online together while they were in Colorado Springs, recording us each individually from our homes. So
Not me.
didn't you get to do that?
No, I don't have anything like that at home.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, that's
She
right.
had
So
to go
they
to
wrote
the
you out
studio.
2 years worth of episodes.
Yes.
Isn't he good? He's very like Jason. He's so smart. He's
But yes,
so electronic.
so that certainly is. I know for me personally, for my character, you know, Jason used to be involved in a lot of that espionage stuff and sort of the action adventure stuff, and for a long spell there, that all kind of sort of died down, and he got to be the proprietor of J&J Antiques. So, yeah. So that was a change for
Scary.
for me.
Because you had to learn how to use the cash register.
Yes. Had to learn how to do that.
You know, well, when Kimmy came on the show, and she came in, do you know what, like 10 years ago?
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Approximately.
In the Green Ring Conspiracy, which had a lot of Jason's stuff in.
Yeah.
But when he's talking about being in the studio, when Kimmy came on, and I didn't know her until then, and she was one of the few actresses that did make eye contact with me, and I loved
true
working with her, and I was like, oh, please let her stay on the show. And Kimmy, she had a really good argument. She said, yes, I would. I said, let her be roommates with Connie. And Kimmy said, yes, and I can help her pick out her clothes. And I think that's what really convinced them.
Wow, that's deep.
What have you seen change, Chris?
What have I seen change?
We don't work with Chris that much because she works on her own.
That's not true.
You do the wraparounds in your own little booth.
But when I get apart, I'm with you
Yes,
guys.
but I said not that much.
Oh, yes, but I do it by myself. It's sad, isn't it?
But we're right down the hall.
Yeah, it's right. So what happens is these guys are all in the big room talking to each other, and I'm in my room all by myself.
Yeah.
But it's okay because I've learned to be alone now. Actually, you guys don't have a fun
brother.
This is such a great moment because you guys are family. They are our family. You guys have grown with us. It's like, there's a lot of shows out there, and you can be a part of a lot of different shows. You know, Adventures in Odyssey, this has been our growing together. We've been together, but you guys have been together with us. So when I look at your faces, this is the best part of it. We get to see that they look like your smiles, your faces and stuff. Look at these guys, look at these with paint on their faces.
It totally is the best part,
It is,
yeah.
it's
Because
so
if it weren't for you guys and all the listeners of the show wouldn't exist.
Exactly.
You'd be here. So you really are the engine that keeps this going. So thank you for all these years.
And you got married on the show.
I did.
Yeah, that's a big change.
In the scuba diving thing.
Yeah, when she came on the photo, the show was like, it was like this little sparkle. Yeah, it was like she came in, she was Penny, and everybody fell in love with that little voice and that face and her personality. You just hug her. But she's an amazing actress.
Thank you, Chris.
Can I have my money now?
Yes.
And Starbursts.
Bitcoin.
Yeah. No.
So you mentioned the fans. I was listening to a writer talking about how like the work is not complete until it reaches the audience, and it struck me like one of the things that I found most significant about the work that you guys have been doing on Adventures is that it was excellent storytelling in so many ways, and it also had like messages that were powerful and true. And so I was wondering, like, you guys are doing all the effort on your end to deliver that to the audience, and occasionally you may hear back from the audience, like, how it's impacted them. Can you guys share a little bit about, like, what you have heard back from people who are listening, and how the show has been impacting people?
I think that's why I was so tired.
Do you have one of these yet? It's at katielee.com.
You probably hear more stories than anybody. The first thing I heard was someone named their dog after me.
Come here, Katie. Come on.
No, it was Connie. They named their dog Connie. But people who say they grew up listening, they kind of stopped listening, and then they're in adult situations and faced with some real adult dilemmas, and they recollect Odyssey shows they've listened to, and it helps them make good choices in their
Especially
adult
the
life.
armed forces and overseas people. That impressed me. Lots and lots of feedback from them and how happy it made them feel, how they felt like they were home
Connection
back in the
to
U.S.
home. Yeah, for sure.
Well, there's a lot of stuff out there to listen to. I mean, there's a lot of shows and different things, but Odyssey's kind of its own world, you know, and what it is it's so well produced because of all the incredible talent, the writers and the directors and the Foley guys as well, the sound effects and all the stuff that goes into it. It is not one person. It's definitely
But you make phone calls to people, so you hear a lot of stories.
Well, this is one of my BFFs. What I've been asked to do periodically is make phone calls to kids on their birthdays or families going through an illness or divorce, and you've done it too. And it's like you've all actually done it, but you get a chance to talk and encourage kids. And I think I hear stories every time I call somebody. Hi, this is Chris. Kid answers the phone. Goes, who? Chris? Mom, Chris! Hello? But they tell me their life stories about, you know, who their grandmas or you guys hear the stories too. It's like, but I have an opportunity to call and talk to them, and they tell me how their mom was listening, and then their kids listening, and their grandma was listening. And there was one lady in Alaska said, Adventures in Odysseys, they're her soap opera.
Well, one lady I know who doesn't live too far from here, she did share her story that she was kind of a wild person as a child, and her parents didn't know what to do, and somehow they grounded her, I think, and made her listen to Odyssey for a long time, and then she got so hooked, and I think her name's Bethany. She writes she writes stuff now. And anyway, she turned her life around. And they had to punish her by not letting her listen.
That was so funny. I never heard that.
You must hear stories too.
Yeah, all the time. So when I do comics, because I've done a number of other shows.
Because he's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. That's right.
Here's turtle voice. Come on, you're here to do it. Okay,
All right, dudes, cowabunga!
Original, the beginning. I'm so excited.
So you go all around the country and the world.
So when I do Comic Cons and talk to fans who are ostensibly there for the Ninja Turtles because they send the four of us original voices out together for these things, and but invariably I get somebody coming up to me saying that they were a big fan of Adventures in Odyssey, and so we'll have conversations. Now, the one thing that always strikes me is that in all of these shows, generally the appeal to somebody is that there's either something or someone who's in the show, who's in the cast, not the actor, but the character
That they relate to.
That they relate to. Yeah, and so like in the case of Ninja Turtles, you know, they were brilliant when they put this show together because they gave each of the four turtles very distinct, different personalities, and kind of covered the gamut. You know, it runs the gamut and cover sort of the number of basic kinds of personalities. And so it's always curious to me why somebody latches on to a particular character in a show. And so it's the same with Adventures in Odyssey, whether you've got, the young, guileless ingenue, or the kind of risk-taking adventure, seeker in Jason, or the best friend, or whatever it is. Somebody's able to latch on to a personality that they relate to, and that's a really important element in all of these shows. And so when we do the cons, we hear these stories about what a particular character meant to them growing up and why. And what's so fascinating to me as an actor is that, years ago when we were recording Ninja Turtles, or even now when we're, continuing to record Odyssey, we didn't write these words. We're just voice actors, and we try to bring them to life as best we can.
And the writers are really good on this show.
Think about it. When we started, how old are you? Can I ask?
39.
39. So she was 4. So it took, before we get to hear from anybody would even tell anybody that they listen, they have to be a lot older to meet us in the first place.
Right.
Well, just adjusting the lights.
Okay. But Kimmy, you go all over the world too. Do you ever meet people? Because she goes, Kimmy is she's an on-camera person, so she knows about that kind of stuff.
Thank you, dear.
Because Kimmy's also one of the stars of a very particular show called Twin Peaks. Thank you so much to all you patrons who help us out there. We really appreciate your support. Thank you everybody who's buying merch on Merchulator. Go to my website, katielee.com, and see there's all kinds of cool stuff. And you can see it there or on Merchulator.com. And also those who listen on Anchor, I want to shout out to you guys because I know there's a bazillion of you out there who listen and really appreciate you too. And she travels all over the world for Twin Peaks stuff.
Was you asking me a question?
Yeah. I was asking you, did you ever, when you went to them Twin Peaks?
Wait, he's the moderator. What are you doing?
See? He said I could do whatever I wanted. He did not say that. He did. I heard him. I heard him in my mental telepathy.
Yeah, that's the voice in your head.
In my telepathic part of my brain.
Yes.
But do you ever meet people who listen to you from Odyssey and you're surprised because they're there?
Yes, because the two shows are a lot alike because it's family. It's a neighborhood. It's a town.
Have you guys been to Odyssey
weirder than the other.
You really think it's similar, don't you? In your mind, you go, I want to go to Odyssey. There used to be like this old Twilight Zone where they go back in time, they go back to the towns where they're, Odyssey, everyone wants to go to Odyssey, but you can't get there, only in your imagination, I gotta tell you.
Might have another.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna tell you one time, see, these guys aren't just actors on a show. These are I love them. We love each other. We just do. We
bleed blood.
We just I mean, granted, we've had our third Mr. Whitaker, who each one is a jewel. Each one brings their own special something to the show. This particular group, we've been around for a long time, and it's very special to be with each other, And I even get emotional when I talk about it. Sometimes I do. I just feel that.
Are we going to have a chance for these guys to ask questions too?
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Just want to make.
Okay, that's it. I'm not going to say another word until you ask me.
All right, wait. This one's done. Well, you mentioned how it sounds like a community. You have relationships that are built. So, and from the audience's point of view, we only see the final completed product, right, or hear it rather. So, can you guys tell us some stories of the behind-the-scenes stuff that we don't get to hear about? That was like some
Katie
stuff.
asking questions.
What was that?
Katie asking questions.
Okay. What sorts of questions?
Well, look at her face right now.
Okay. Katie.
So, we'll be recording, and we'll be an action. Hi, Penny. Well, I just have a question. Hi. Wouldn't I be saying hello instead of hi?
I'm the Y person. It's funny because Frank Welker used to imitate me. Oh, I have a question.
That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
But it makes it more real because you need to know what's going on so you can,
I never know what's going on.
and it doesn't seem to bother you.
No.
It bothers me a great deal.
What do you mean by behind the scenes? When you say behind the scenes, like what we talk about?
Like your sign, like it's the.
Well, we play music. I mean, when Willie used to come and bring his ukulele and just start playing, we'd all sing and carry
He brought
on.
his ukulele, or one of his ukuleles, because he had like 100 of them, to almost every session.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
We comb Jess's hair.
Jess Harnell plays Mr. Bassett, Wooten Bassett on the show, and he does amazing impersonations. So generally speaking, I will ask him to do his Jiminy Glick impersonation, which is
Which one?
Martin Short. Jiminy Glick. He's so funny, and he does William Shatner. So he'll do,
All the Beatles.
yeah. So we like to get him to do that. That's always fun.
Don't you do the Beatles?
I don't,
Would you
I'm
like
not an
to?
impressionist at all.
I thought you did one of them.
Yeah.
He does a lot of voices, though.
Yes.
Yes,
Which
he's
one?
original. He's
Yeah.
original.
Wait a minute. What did you do? A lot of promos in the past. What promos did you do?
Yeah, well, okay, so what a promo is on network TV, it's a commercial for one of their shows. And so I used to be the comedy voice of NBC for 16 years.
Yeah, that's a long
So
time.
they're all-
Just show a little how you do.
So they're,
Recreate that
See,
moment.
this is what we do. We say, do other stuff. And then that's why we don't know what's happening in the show.
And that's why I'm in the booth by myself. Not that I'm on.
We're our biggest fans. Go ahead, do it.
I forgot where I was. Oh, so the whole
NBC.
Must-See TV campaign for NBC I did from 1993 through 2009, and also so all the commercials for Seinfeld, Frasier, Friends, Mad About You, all the way up through 30 Rock and The Office.
Impressive,
And and then all the Tonight Show promos for Jay Leno every night. So
But not
Yeah.
Twin Peaks. I did those.
what's that?
You did?
I did the Twin Peaks one.
Okay, so let's have a promo off.
Promo,
Come on, keep
yeah.
telling you do your.
He does 10,000.
No, you can't. It's-
Okay, well, what did yours sound like? So he'll.
Wait a minute, where's our moderator? Wait, okay, stop.
You did the Twin Peaks one?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Next week on Twin Peaks. And then I will change
And Townsend?
Right.
Townsend?
Next week on
No! Now do the NBC.
Tell you later.
Tell You Later is a Patreon-driven entertainment show. So what are you waiting for? Come on over, join us at patreon.com/Tell You Later.
Languid fiddle. Always kind of thought that maybe someday I'd settle down.
If you know what that special thing is, though, tell me because we don't know yet.
Oh, whoa, well, I hope it's something. I will be there. I'll be there for whatever the special thing is. Like the cruise.
Probably won't be a cruise, but hopefully something really special.
I hope it's something, and I'll be there. I'll be there for sure. And Katie, because we're close personal friends. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Are you getting ice cream?
I already got some ice cream. Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab some ice cream.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Well, great. Now we're close personal friends too. Okay. Bye.
See ya.